Welcome to Zone 6 Picks, your go-to source for daily sports betting predictions, expert insights, and free picks across the biggest games in the NBA, WNBA, NFL, MLB, NCAA, and more. We specialize in delivering accurate, research-backed betting content with no subscriptions, no hidden fees, just straightforward betting advice you can trust. Before we get started, a quick shout-out from my partner Zone 6.
What's up, family? Thanks for tapping in with Zone 6 Picks, where we drop game picks every single day. Straight free picks, no pay for play. If you like winning, this is the zone you need to be in, Zone 6. Just show the channel some love, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't never miss a money play. Let's eat.
What's up, Zone 6 squad, and welcome back to Zone 6 Picks for the August 30th matchup between the Minnesota Lynx and the Connecticut Sun. Odds makers have set the spread at minus 14.5 in favor of the Lynx. After diving into the numbers and trends, I see Minnesota as the clear side to back in this game. The Lynx come in with the best record in the WNBA at 30-8, firmly in control of the league and listed as the finals favorite. They've built that resume behind elite efficiency on both ends of the floor, ranking first in scoring offense at over 86 points per game and first in scoring defense, allowing only 77. Even with a recent setback against Seattle, they are 7-3 in their last 10 and continue to look like the most balanced roster in the league. Connecticut, on the other hand, has struggled throughout the season with a 10-28 overall record. They recently snapped a skid with a win against Dallas, but that only highlights how inconsistent they've been. While they've gone 5-5 in their last 10 games and shown some fight against the spread, this is still a team giving up nearly 86 points a night while scoring just 76. Against the spread, Minnesota has been dependable as a favorite, covering in 20 of their 35 games, including 12 of 20 on the road. The Sun have been a bit sneaky with a 21-16-1 ATS mark overall, and have covered in 5 straight contests. Still, the market reflects Minnesota's dominance, with some lines opening closer to 20 points. That tells you just how much separation exists between these two rosters. The injury report adds to Connecticut's challenges, with Olivia Nelson-Ododa and Bria Hartley both questionable. Even if they suit up, the matchup problems against Minnesota's size, depth, and execution are glaring. Head-to-head, these teams have split their last 10 meetings, but Minnesota has taken the last 2. With both teams rested, I expect the Lynx to set the tone early and keep control throughout. My projection is Minnesota 88, Connecticut 70. That margin not only secures a decisive victory, but also comfortably covers the minus 14.5 spread. This is a spot where the Lynx's dominance on both ends should overwhelm a Connecticut team still searching for answers. Next up, the Golden State Valkyries will host the Washington Mystics in San Francisco, with the line set at minus 5.5 for Golden State. After a deep dive, I project the Valkyries are more likely to cover and secure this win. Golden State enters this game at 19-18 overall, clinging to the final playoff spot in the league. They've shown improvement down the stretch, winning 5 of their last 8 games, including a 90-81 victory over Dallas on August 24th. Washington, on the other hand, is struggling, sitting at 16-23 and in 10th place. They are 4 games back from a postseason berth and currently on a 5-game losing streak. Their most recent performance was a lopsided 89-63 defeat to the Liberty, which only highlighted their decline. The ATS trends further separate these teams. Golden State has been one of the league's most reliable betting teams, posting a 22-14-1 record against the number, including 11-5-1 at home and 7-3 as favorites. The Mystics sit at 18-21 ATS overall and 9-10 on the road, but their recent slide suggests diminishing reliability. Injuries also play a role here. Although the same role, Washington remains without J.C. Sheldon and Georgia Amoore, limiting their backcourt depth. Golden State is missing Monique Billings and Kayla Thornton, while Tiffany Hayes is listed as questionable, but is expected to play. Even with some absences, the Valkyries' defensive identity remains intact. Statistically, Golden State thrives on defense. They allow just 77.6 points per game, ranking 3rd best in the league, while holding opponents to 40.9% shooting, the best mark in the WNBA. Washington averages 78.7 points per game, but allows over 81, creating a mismatch when paired with Golden State's elite defensive metrics. The head-to-head results tell a clear story. Golden State has faced Washington 3 times this season and won all 3. both straight up and against the spread, with more rest, home court advantage, and the Mystics traveling after a recent loss. The situational factors also point heavily toward Golden State. My projection is Golden State 79, Washington 68. That outcome would be an 11-point win for the Valkyries, comfortably covering the -5.5 spread. Given their defense, ATS consistency, and dominance in the season series, Golden State is the stronger side in this matchup. Sliding to the state of Washington, where the Seattle Storm are set as double-digit favorites over the Sky, with the line sitting at -11.5. On the surface, it looks like a mismatch, a playoff-bound team against a squad playing out the string. But spreads this large always tell a different story, and Chicago has made a season out of testing bettors in these spots. The Storm come in with momentum, winners of 4 of their last 5, capped off by a dominant 93-79 win over the Minnesota Lynx on August 28th, with Nneka Ogwumike anchoring the paint and Skylar Diggins running the backcourt. Seattle has the balance to put up points while keeping opponents under control defensively. They've played their way back into form just in time for the postseason push. Chicago, meanwhile, is sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Conference with a 9-29 record. Their playoff hopes are long gone, but that hasn't stopped them from covering spreads. Even in losses, the Sky have shown fight, led by rookie star Angel Reese, who continues to stuff the stat sheet every night. Their most recent game, a 4-point road loss to Phoenix, is a perfect example, not a win, but good enough to cash for anyone who backed them. Against the spread, Seattle is solid overall, but only average when asked to cover as favorites. They sit at 15-15 in those spots, which means big lines like this aren't always their strength. Chicago, on the other hand, has quietly been one of the better underdog teams, covering nearly 50% of the time on the road. That resilience makes them dangerous to fade in a matchup like this. Head-to-head, Seattle has beaten Chicago 3 times this season, but none of those games turned into blowouts against the number. The most recent meeting, a 6-point Storm win in Chicago, is a reminder that while Seattle controls the matchup, the Sky have a way of hanging around. My projection is Seattle 86, Chicago 77. The Storm should take care of business at home, but the Sky's knack for covering as double-digit dogs gives them the edge against the spread. The win goes to Seattle, but the play is Chicago plus 11.5. Last game up, we got a Saturday night thriller in Phoenix. The Liberty come to town with the line set at -1.5 in favor of the Mercury. On paper, these are 2 teams with nearly identical records. But when you dig into form, betting trends, and the injury report, it becomes clear why Phoenix has the edge in this matchup. The Mercury have been rolling, stacking wins and climbing into the upper tier of the standings. At 24-14, they've taken 5 of their last 6 games, and they've been doing it with balance. Their defense has tightened up down the stretch, holding opponents in the low 80s, while their offense continues to get efficient contributions across the roster. Their latest win over Chicago showed exactly how dangerous they can be in close games, closing strong down the stretch. New York sits at 24-15, but their season has been more uneven than their record suggests. They've beaten up on weaker opponents, but have had real trouble against top competition. Even with back-to-back wins, they're only 7-9 in their last 16. More importantly, they've been one of the worst road teams in the league for bettors, sitting at just 14-1 against the number away from Brooklyn. The injury situation doesn't help the Liberty's cause. Jonquil Jones and Sabrina Ionescu are battling nagging issues, while Natasha Cloud is questionable. When fully healthy, New York has the talent to match up with anyone, but at less than full strength, they've struggled to put together 4 consistent quarters. Now I do believe the majority, if not all, are playing. Phoenix, meanwhile, comes in healthy and stable, which has been a big part of their recent surge. Head-to-head, the Mercury have already proven they can handle New York this season, winning 2 of 3 meetings and putting up big offensive numbers in the process. With both teams on equal rest heading into Saturday, the deciding factor becomes the setting. Phoenix has turned their home court into an advantage with a 13-6 record, while New York has consistently underperformed on the road. The line is short, but the matchup favors Phoenix. I'm projecting Mercury 85, Liberty 79, with Phoenix covering the -1.5 spread. With their form, health, and home court advantage, the Mercury are the side to trust in this spot. All right, fam, let's run it back. Minnesota Lynx versus Connecticut Sun. Rolling with the Lynx to cover -14.5. Projected score, Minnesota 88, Connecticut 70. Washington Mystics versus Golden State Valkyries. Backing the Valkyries at -5.5. Projected score, Golden State 79, Washington 68. Chicago Sky versus Seattle Storm. Seattle gets the win, but Chicago covers plus 11.5. Projected score, Seattle 86, Chicago 77. New York Liberty versus Phoenix Mercury. Mercury cover minus 1.5 at home. Projected score, Phoenix 85, New York 79. That wraps up today's slate. If you're rocking with Zone 6 picks, make sure you like this video, drop a comment with your best bet, and hit subscribe so you never miss a play. We're building every day, one pick at a time.